Long day lay me low.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Hello everybody, Jason Bascom here from Unhinged Entertainment, writer, artist, writer, artist first, writer second, I don't consider, anyway, of Absolute Book 1 and 2. 2's coming out March 20th, or, well, campaign launches March 20th, stay tuned for that. Welcome to Excuse Me while I whip this out. I got a comic box down here, and I'm going to it's my brother's, I don't know what's in it, so I'm just going to randomly pull out a comic, and, yeah, we're going to look at it, see what treasures we might find. So there's like 4 or 5 boxes in the closet there, and I don't know what's in them, so, without further ado, yeah, let's see what we got here. Right, gotta look. What's this one? Yeah, there we go. Alright. This one's actually bagged, which is good. No board, but, you know, can't all be, yeah. Considering the book, it doesn't really matter. There's a Cyber Force. Cyber Force number, what is that? What number is that? Can't see in the camera very well. 11? Yeah, Cyber Force number 11. Yeah, good old Top Cow. Did Silvestri do this one? I don't know. Let me turn on my eyeballs and see who the credits are. If I could find them. Sometimes it's not the easiest to, find the title page, so to speak. Yeah, hey, it's finally in the front. Look at that. We have, yeah, Marc Silvestri's pencils. Yeah, good old Marc Silvestri. You got Bat as the, Chris Claremont, apparently, plot and script. I didn't know that. Very fascinating. And I also thought Silvestri stopped doing Cyberforce like pretty quickly. You got a crap ton of colorists here. As the Image Boys kind of had back in the day. Yeah, so you got a lot of colorists. It's hard to name them all. But yeah, Bat did a lot of the inks back then too. So yeah, but yeah, wow, why are there so many colors? Interesting. Inks and embellishes. That's a pretty interesting way of saying it. So yeah, I liked Cyberforce back in the day as well. I collected it too. Obviously I don't remember the nuts and bolts of this issue, but we got some an opening, cool opening splash there. As my camera will focus ever, but maybe it'll stay in focus. Maybe it won't. There we go. I think. Usually you open up with a nice splash page, to engage the reader, get that visual going. You got a beautiful 2-page spread, of course. This is the second one. You got your big guy, and they drew. A lot of teams had big guys because the trick was you have a big guy, so you don't have to do backgrounds really, because they take up most of the page, obviously. So, yeah. Some nice. Now, see, this is the thing. Like, if you look at older, Marvel, Silvestri, X-Men stuff, you really like colors. This is the thing. Silvestri's a line guy. He does a lot of cross hatching. As an artist, this is kind of what I look for in books is the art. I do read them, obviously, but yeah. Oh, dude, see, I like Weapon Zero. Weapon Zero was cool. Remember that? I like that book. It was an interesting way that they did it because they numbered it backwards. Yeah. Yeah, Joe Benitez is great. I like him. But they numbered it like T-4, 3, 2. That was nice. I thought it was cool. Cool idea. Anyway, we're talking about Cyberforce here, who, you know, would be, I don't see if they were to come back, it would be like, okay, whatever. It wasn't really, I more or less just liked it because you had, you know, cool stuff like, you know, you have your Wolverine ripoff type character, so you get to see Silvestri still doing, you know, the man, my camera sucks. You know, the cool stuff, you know, from back in the day, from the X-Men days. But yeah, that was cool. Yeah, big in detail. You know, Sylvester was kind of an influence. Obviously, Jim Lee, you know, kind of an influence on Sylvester, I would think, maybe. But they kind of came up at around the same time almost. I think Jim Lee was first. There's the sexy babes. Look at that. There you go. Caliente. Yeah. And those all black pages. You know, if you want to look at some chrome work, you definitely look at Cyberforce, that's for sure. And then Velocity, she got her own book for a couple issues, I think. I have those as well. But, you know, 90s, you know, high action, high detail. Kind of low story, low plot. I mean, they weren't the most in-depth. But, yeah, I never knew Chris Claremont actually wrote Cyberforce issues, you know. I don't know when when it came out, like what month and year. Let's see if I can't find that, because it, you know, back in the 90s, let's see here, we got, yeah, it was the Pioneer days, but it was March of 95, and I kind of stopped collecting, you know, obviously way later than that for a little while. So March of 95, yeah. Yeah, that was in my peak collecting days. You know, so yeah, and, you know, I obviously still soaking in other influences and other styles, looking at other creators, you know, Marvel mainstream and stuff. But Image was where it was at. You know, you still had, you know, we still bought, you know, the Marvel stuff. We were more Marvel guys than DC, but you know, everyone likes Batman. But well, almost everyone. And Image, you know, we followed those artists over, those creators over to Image. And so obviously Image was around for 3 years, which is kind of funny because they came out in 92. I don't know when Cyberforce #1 launched, but for this being number 11, that's number 11, yeah. Even if it was like I think it wasn't too much longer. Yeah, Sylvester was one of the founding members, so, and they came out in 92, so let's be nice and say Cyberforce came out in 93. I'm not 100%. You know, you got a couple years timeline there for them to put out issues. But yeah, you got, you know, like I said, sexy babes. You know, yeah, she never knows that you don't care. Look at the highlights and stuff. Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, he's a line guy. A lot of oversaturation with colors. Like, that's kind of what the thing is. You know, that's when colors really started getting all those lens flares and outer glows and inner glows and, you know, stuff like that. And I like it, but with somebody like Silvestri, I want to see more of that high detail that he does. You know, I want to soak it all in. You know, nothing against the inkers, you know, and well, the inkers are there, but nothing against the colorists. Great colors can totally make a book, you know. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Maybe I'll pull a Max out one of these days. But yeah. So you know, something cool like this. You know, just looking at a book that a random thing. That's what these little what do you want to call it? Series, I guess you could say. Excuse me while I whip this out. What was gonna do here? You know, short, sweet. Just look at something cool. You know, something that sparked the fires back in the day, and kind of, you know, like Image. Image is a big, especially old Image is a big. Wow, I'm trying to stumble on my word because I can't find the right one. Influence, I guess, for other indie creators. You know, that spirit of Image. that we're gonna do things our way. We don't like the way you're doing things. We don't like the content. We don't like being forced into doing things that we don't want to do. So we're just going to sprout on our own and do our own thing. And that's what a lot of the indie creators are doing now. And the Spirit of Image is kind of what brought that about. And I know you got Dark Horse and stuff like that were around before, but those guys that founded the Eye, you know, they had that spirit. First, I'm going to put it back in the bag, even though it's worth probably less than cover price. It's not about the worth. It's about the what is this? $1 something? Yeah, $2. I wish things were $2. Jeez, man. But look at that, $2, and the paper and everything is still the same. Yet nowadays they're like $5. I'll put it back in the bag later. Stumbling and fumbling on the bag. But yeah, that's why I like the Image. I think that spirit, that fire, that desire to put out cool stories, fun stories. You know, they don't have to be all groundbreaking or like Watchmen or Preacher or something like that. It's just something fun, you know. And every now and then you might come out with that random goldness. I mean, Spawn isn't really an in-depth thing, but it still was groundbreaking, I guess, just because of the sales and the you know, some people care about the record-breaking thing, other people just don't. Yeah, look at Cerebus, but yeah, it still has that fire of indie, the indie scene and the underground in comics. But yeah, that's cool, man. You know, Cyberforce, Old Image. You know, look at it, just coolness. You know, that's all it is. It's obviously an X-Men ripoff, but with cybernetic enhancements. So yeah, but who cares? It's fun, you know. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. You know, if you did, you know, do. Thank you. Have a lovely day.